think I need a haircut. All right, let us start. Are you on the hunt for that magic pill that promises to turbocharge your life? Well, hit the pause button, because today we're diving deep into what really matters for your health. Before you reach for that flashy supplement bottle, let's get real about the foundations first. Do you really need to supplement? Stay tuned and I'm gonna dig into that and tell you how and where and why.
Go to concerts with your great-grandchildren. That's amazing.
Beer itself is a tremendously powerful lever. And when I say a lever, I mean a chemical lever.
It's not that they don't get heart attacks. They just don't get them when they're 65.
That a regular gratitude practice can enhance many, many aspects of our physical and mental health.
I mean, there is simply no better elixir for metabolic health than being active.
Okay, so now you're probably thinking, but I want my superhuman pill. Hold on. If you haven't got your basics dialed in, this video is probably not for you. So go get some Z's, break a sweat, and eat your greens first, and then we can talk about the supplements. So in layman terms, that means getting proper sleep, exercising, and eating well. Oh, you're still here. Great. That means you're ready to level up. But let's face it, every day there's a new super supplement out there. And I bet your feed is full of them, just like mine is. That pill for focus, the one for energy, and let's not forget the mood enhancers as well. It really is a jungle out there when it comes to supplementation, and the industry is so polluted with misinformation that you get to the point where you think you need supplements when you really don't. So we need to understand a few things. First, the supplement industry is designed to sell you as much as possible, so they don't have your best interest at heart. They're going to market as much as they can towards you and try to convince you that you need certain supplements to actually be able to fulfill your potential. With a few exceptions, supplements are generally expensive scams, especially the ones that are directed at kids. The simple fact is that modern diet, even a basic one, has all the vitamins and minerals a child or adult requires. The pills people take are, at best, useless because they are excreted totally by the kidneys or liver within about 24 hours. And the reason for that is because the body is getting plenty in the diet, or at worst, it becomes dangerous because the levels are above where they should be and the body can't get rid of them. Most people have enough vitamins and minerals and don't need to supplement in most cases. Second, when we look at gym supplements, this becomes an even more complicated industry. They rely on selling to people that are gullible and uneducated in the attempt to convince them that they need something that they really don't. And people are really desperate to be able to find that fast result or cutting corners to get to their objective. Most of these supplements are present in a normal, healthy diet with vegetables and lean meat. Keep in mind though that supplements can become beneficial if it's for convenience and cost effectiveness. Taking supplements help us stay consistent with our food and getting the right amount of vitamins and minerals that we do need. In an ideal world, it would be great to be able to take a chicken breast and some rice into the gym or carry it in the car when you need it. The reality is most people don't prep their food, and most people don't want to carry around food like that to eat it. So having supplementation with them makes sure that they're getting the right amount of nutrients every single day. But having said that, we need to be very careful with the supplements that we need to take. We need to differentiate between what has science behind it and that actually has an effect on the body in a positive way, and supplements that are there for marketing purposes to help companies make more money off of people that are uneducated and gullible. So how do we navigate this? It's very simple. We look at the science. And if the science isn't there to back up the claims of the company, then it's not a supplement that we want to look at. Health and biomarkers, these are your personal health detectives, let's say. They tell you what's really going on in your body. Are you low on vitamin D? Is your iron just not hitting the mark? And hey, how's your testosterone or your thyroid function? These aren't just fancy terms. They're clues to how your body is running, and they can seriously impact your energy, mood, and overall vibe. All right. So let's say that you've got your basics sorted. Your biomarkers are looking really good and you're ready for that last push. What's likely to give you an edge? So enter the usual suspects. Omega-3s, which is the brain's best friend, vitamin D, if you're not soaking up enough sun, and magnesium, which is that super mineral that everybody's talking about. Omega-3s are important for a lot of things, in particular our brain health as well, and our immune function and so on. But it's harder now, especially at a cost-effective way, to get that in from food. I'm not saying you can't, but it is a lot more difficult, and that's why having that supplement can add a lot of value into your life. Again, the supplements that you take, make sure they're the highest quality. I'm going to put in the comments below the brands that I've used based on the research that I've found that have the highest quality supplements that you can use. The other thing is vitamin D. Most people are deficient in it, and it does affect our immune system. And part of that is when we're unable to get it from the sun, most of us are indoors most of the day, then supplementing is important. And it's very hard to overdo it with vitamin D, within certain limits obviously. So it's usually a safe bet to take. The other supplement that I feel adds a lot of value is magnesium, and there's different categories for that when you look at magnesium, glycinate, threonate. Each one has its different functionality in terms of muscle contraction, allowing you to sleep or go into deep sleep. But having magnesium in your diet, it does add value, and again, it is hard to overdo it with the magnesium, and your body does require quite a bit of magnesium to function properly. The other one, when we're looking at performance, athleticism, is a creatine. And creatine, when you add it into your diet, in terms of a supplement, it adds value in terms of your recovery, but it also now shows in terms of the research that there is cognitive benefits from taking creatine consistently. The other one is whey protein, or a type of protein that you can take into powder form, because it becomes, first of all, cost efficient per serving, and it does make sure that you're getting enough protein into your diet, which does add quite a bit of value in terms of your longevity and your health. Everything else in terms of supplementation is usually some type of modification of what I'm talking about, or the companies try to convince you that you need things that your body doesn't. And one of them is like a BCA, which is branched chain amino acids. And if you're, first of all, if you're getting enough protein from whole foods, that's going to be much better for you. But the other part is, if you're taking a whey protein supplement, then you really don't need the BCAs, because part of it, and I have other videos on this which you can watch about BCAAs specifically, but BCAAs has a limitation when it comes to muscle synthesis. So it starts it, but it doesn't continue it. And having the full amino acid spectrum is important for the synthesis to continue. So keep that in mind. If you take a whey protein, then it adds it. But this is an example of how supplement companies kind of segregate certain elements within the supplement industry to force you to buy more things that you think you need. And don't get me started on over supplementation. Yes, it's a thing. More is not always better. The best thing that I've heard about this is over supplementing is like watering your garden when it's raining outside. There's not much point to it. But how do you know what you need? Testing is the answer to that. The more tests you can do, the more consistent you are with that, the more you're going to understand about your body. And we'll always have a benchmark to go back to, and especially with doctors when they ask for tests, when they see more than one test done over years and years, it helps them understand what's happening with the body. Even when we test for testosterone, for example, if we don't have a benchmark, you could have been, let's say, on the lower side of testosterone, but not know that. But if you're functioning normal, then there's no need for us to intervene when it comes to hormonal replacement. So having benchmarks is so critical, and doing this at least once a year will help you understand what's happening to your body if there's any changes. Vitamin D levels, iron stores, blood sugar, and hormones, you need to get these checked out regularly. Knowledge is power at the end of the day. And the younger you are, the better it is to do these tests. Because if you have lots and lots of tests that you've done and you can benchmark these over time, it's going to help you understand what's happening when you're in your 40s and 50s. Longevity isn't about living forever, it's about living well. The sooner you support your body, the better it'll serve you through the years. So, just to sum that up, people, don't wait for a miracle in a bottle. It doesn't exist. And all of these supplementations that are coming out now, NMN, all of these supplements might show promise, but the science isn't there to back it. And at the end of the day, when we look at that, unless we see science and research done on these that actually show a change in the body, then it's not worth spending our money on something that we're not guaranteed any results. The real secret to vitality is taking care of yourself. And yes, sometimes that includes a little supplementation, but only to complement a life already well lived. That means you're sleeping well, you're eating well, and you're exercising regularly. This is more important and will add more benefit to your life than supplementing with things that might not add value to you. So if you are ready to be your healthiest self, start by knowing your body. And for all things health and wellness, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and join me next time where we'll take another step towards a vibrant life. Until then, keep thriving, and remember, your health is your wealth. See you in the next video.